Well, well, well. Guess who it is? Diesel's back. Join me, subscribe, but get the word out. Diesel's back, and he ain't going nowhere. Hey, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. Woo! Ah! How are we all? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Diesel Arsenal. Boom. Back on the stream again. Right, we're all well. Guys, my apologies for being late. I've literally got in from work about, 10, 15 minutes ago. Absolute rush job. But, you know, the main thing is I'm here, right? Better late than never. Listen. Lots to talk about tonight. Eh? We're going to win the league. Come on, people. Look, I say that in jest. But look, let's do what we normally do. Thank you for turning up, everyone, once again. And let me just obviously, I can see we've got a couple of the Mikel lovers in the chat tonight. Lovely. Bring it. Come on, bring it. Come on, you know, Diesel can take it. Right, now, let me just give the superstars in the chat room a big shout out. You guys, the real superstars of the channel. And then we shall divulge. We shall digress. All right, so yeah, let's do that now. Excuse me. Right, we've got Darren Sullivan in the chat, a.k.a. Dazzler. Big up yourself, Daz. Hope you're well, mate. We've got Nari in the chat. Big up yourself. We've got Mike England. We've got Wazzarooney. Come on, Warren, my guy. We have King Mikel, a.k.a. Young Terence in the chat. Big up yourself. Early Doors Football TV. Come on, Tone. Big up yourself. Listen, we need to seriously talk about your team, but we shall do that. Don't worry. I'll go easy on you tonight. We've got Stephen Baverstock in the chat. Big up yourself, Steve. Up you well, mate, a.k.a. Stelios. We've got Pepsi Pack in the chat. Big up yourself, Pepsi. Although lately, I've had to go to Coke Zero. So look, don't look at that as a disrespect, Pepsi. I do like Pepsi, but obviously I'm getting older. You know what I'm saying? Got to look after the health a bit more. Anyway, I digress. Who else have we got? We've got Marlon Benny. Come on, big ups to Basildon gang. Marlon, come on, my guy. Big up yourself. We've got Maggie Thatcher. Every time I think about Margaret Thatcher, I always think to myself, marching powder. We know this woman was blatantly on it. Up all night, up all day. She was on it. Absolute trooper. Maggie, love you, darling. Who else we got? We've got... Is that it? No, it's not. No, there are more. Oh, we have a super chat. The first super chat of the night donating to the SSF Fund. Sirloin Steak Fund. As you know, I'm a lover of steak. All things steak, all right? That's me. However, I'm going to come back to that super chat because I want to give that some proper credence, right? So let me just big up the rest of the people who are coming in late. In the back there, the Dugout Football Channel, Douglas. Yeah, as you know, I'm a massive fan of King of Queens. Doug and Carey. Big up yourself, Doug. Hope you will, mate. Lenny Moon, a.k.a. Alfie Moon's cousin. Big up yourself and Spencer. Let's not forget him. Hope you well, Lenny. Big up yourself, mate. We've got Ryan Stockley as well, my guy. Who else we've got? AFC Always as well. AFC Always is here. Lovely. We've got the lovely, the gorgeous, the sexy Joanne Smith as well. Joanne, my love. Hope you well, my love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Big kisses for you. Who else we got? Is that it? No. Ali D, cousin of Ali G. Come on. Booyaka Shah. Ali D. Hope you're well, mate. Black Man Dom. Sick name. I love this name. Black Man Dom. My guy. Brother. My G, you know. My bona fide. Hope you're well. Who else have we got? Fancy new background. Come on. Listen, Diesel's had to step up. Yeah? We've had to step up. Khalid. You're the lovely guy who sent a message on my channel the other day. Come on, don't listen. I haven't forgot. I'll come to you. Don't worry. Big up yourself, though, Khalid. Listen, while we're here, I know you might not like me, judging by the comments, but please, smash the like, Khalid. That's all I ask. I'm not asking for a lot. My brother, come on, please. Todd Burge, big up yourself, Todd. Up you well, mate. And I think that is about it. Right, lovely. Now let's go back to this super chat because it's from a very, very dear friend of mine. Yeah. Randy Viper, my guy, come on, looking slick the other day on Instagram. Come on, I felt I had to put a comment in. Randy Viper, my brother, my cousin, my mate, my blood, good morning. Come on, Randy, I love you, man. Listen, I got to say to you, man, I saw that picture on Insta the other day. Like you're looking a bit wham, like looking a bit hench. Yeah, man's been gymming hard. Yeah, you're looking more and more like me every day, Randy. Come on, we literally are twins. We're like Danny and Arnie, Ronnie and Reggie, Phil and Grant, Renee Renata, Mills and Boone, Hinge and Brackett. That's me and you, Randy. Come on, my guy. Hope you are, mate. Listen, thank you very much for the super chat, though. Listen, all joking aside, yeah, it pays the bills, right? So listen, thank you very much. You know, I don't take it for granted. My guy, thank you very much, mate. My brother. I love saying that. I don't know why. Niall Kane as well. Niall Kane is here. There he is. Look, come on, big up yourself, Niall. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Legend, you're the man. You're the main man, Diesel. No, you are the main. You are the main man. Joanne Smith is the main woman, and you're all main people. Yeah, I'm just the silly sod who comes on and just chats for Britain. I can't help it. Honestly, I just love it. Love it. And I've got to read this one out as well. Diesel, I think these Arsenal players have been listening to Uncle Diesel. Now, look, I do want to touch on this, guys. I do want to touch on this right now. Look, I thought to myself, for all the haters out there, people like Khalid and a few of the others, oh, Arsenal winning, Diesel goes missing. I did actually say, I did a stream on Friday, and I did say, guys, yeah, that I was looking to do a stream either Sunday or Monday, right? So I was always going to do one. Chill, relax, I'm here, right? I'm here. But do you know what? Judging by these comments, it just makes me wonder, like you guys watch me every single week. You know I'm not the kind of guy to turn over one result. You know me. You've known me long enough now. You've been watching me long enough. Come on, I'm not like the rest of these wrong'uns over there. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Who sort of changes their mind just like the wind. I'm not like that. However, I am a massive, massive advocate of that saying, credit where credit is due. Right? And that's the whole reason, or the main reason why obviously I've done a stream tonight. We all saw the game on Sunday. And I'll tell you something, I will say this. Arsenal deserve credit. Yeah. And look, I criticise this club. I have no shame in doing so because I believe we deserve better as fans as to what we've seen over the last several years. I will never, ever change my stance on that. Arsenal are a big club. I think a lot of Arsenal fans actually don't realise just how big this club is. Yeah, I do. I know it. And a lot of you guys in the chat know it as well. So for me, standards are a big thing. For me, mentality is a big thing. And these things are what turn ordinary people into winners. And that's just a fact. That's not Diesel's opinion. That's a fact, right? Yeah, winning. Yeah, winners. Do you know what I mean? Actually earning your money, right? And I watched the game. It's today, Monday, isn't it? Yeah, yesterday. I watched the game yesterday, and I've got to say, I put on the title on this thumbnail, and this is not even a joke. I genuinely mean this, right? I was being serious when I put it on. I genuinely do believe the Arsenal players have been watching me. I really do. I'll tell you why. Yesterday, I thought was our best performance of the season. Easy, right? Not just the goals, but the way we played. We were absolutely phenomenal yesterday, right? And again, I've seen certain other Arsenal fans who are sort of trying to play it down and say, oh, yeah, but West Ham were terrible. I mean, you know, and for me, look, as harsh as I am on this club, I'm harsh, but I'm fair. You know, that's the best way I will say it in terms of how I feel I am to, whenever I talk about the Arsenal, I'm harsh, I criticize, but at the same time, I'm fair. I've always said about Michelle is nothing, Michelle, sorry. Dickhead. Right, Michelle. It's not personal. I don't dislike him. But for where I want us to go, which is a lot more than top 4 every season, I want to win leagues. I don't think he's the manager to do that for us. But when he does something good, I will always give the man credit. When Arsenal play well and play like how they did yesterday, I will always give them credit. Yeah. I don't believe it or not, guys. I'm not a lover. I don't really like coming on here too tough and bashing the club that I've supported since I was a kid. I don't. I'll be honest with you, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Some other channels do because the more they rant and rave, the more views they get, which is cool. That's up to them. me personally, look, if I was all about the views and the clicks and the likes and the followers and the this and that, trust me, I would be streaming every single day. I don't, right? And a lot of it is because I don't get time to, I'm up early, I get in late, and I'm a parent in between. And it's very hard, right? So I come on here every now and again, and obviously I just give my views and my opinions. This game yesterday was absolutely 6-0. Did not flatter us one little bit. Were West Ham terrible? Yes, they were. But I can't come on here and sit on here and lie to you guys and say, yeah, the only reason we won by that margin was because West Ham were terrible. Yeah, they were terrible. Like, let's not get away from that. I know we've got early doors football TV in the chat, right? And listen, even he will say, and he's a staunch West Ham fan, even he would say, let's be honest, every man in his dog could see West Ham, they just weren't up for the fight yesterday, and they were absolutely terrible. But I do think the way we played, we made them look terrible as well. Yeah, so I can't sit here and say, we only won because they were crap. No, that's for me, my opinion, that's doing a bit of a disservice to Arsenal. Yeah. Yesterday, Saka, man of the match, rightly so. I thought Odegaard was absolutely brilliant yesterday. I will say that. I thought he was brilliant. And look, a few times, recently on the streams I've done, I didn't like Odegaard at first. I can't lie, I don't. Yeah. I didn't. I do think he's a good player. I am changing my mind about Odegaard. My only issue with him is he does go missing in big games. But when he plays like how he did yesterday, and look, yesterday everything just clicked, especially the front three, right? It just clicked. And when they, it's like poetry in motion when they play like that. Odegaard, if anyone who watches Arsenal, whether they go to the game or they watch the game live, and I know I've got super chats, I will come to them, guys. I'm sorry. Whether you watch the game live or you actually watch it on TV, I would recommend anyone just have a right good look at Odegaard, right? Because the one thing I do like is he does work hard off the ball. Yeah, for me, I'm more. Whenever I watch Arsenal, I'm always interested to see how they are off the ball, because for me, that's always been our Achilles heel over the last several seasons, right? Yes, we can look good on the ball and tricks, flicks, and skill and technical flair and all that nonsense. But for me, like it's the real hard yards. It's what we do off the ball, and we have got better at that. I can't lie, we have. Yesterday, in fact, before I carry on, let me just do these super chats because it's unfair on you guys. Randy Viper, I've done. The second super chat of the night is again from my guy, Randy Viper. My G, See, my G, I love it. Yeah. Randy, come on, my guy. Diesel, I will never behave. Listen, trust me when I tell you this, right? This is relaxed muscle. I can assure you. Diesel, I will never look as muscular as you. The birds call you tripod for a reason. But thanks, Diesel, I appreciate it. If you are tripod for a reason. Well, I'm half Jamaican, brother. It kind of says it all, right? Need I say more? But no, listen, honestly, mate, all joking aside, man, obviously, no, you look good in that picture. Yeah, I don't want to come across as a batty man or nothing like that. But I can appreciate when a guy's working hard and he, wants to show it off and show a little bit of flesh and a bit of arm. Do you know what I'm saying? So listen, fair play to you, man. But Randy, thank you very much once again for that super chat, mate. Really do appreciate it. And oh my God, Warren as well. Oh, Warren, Wazzarooney. Oh, this is the guy. Anything conspiracy theory, anything aliens, anything ghosts, anything. This is the man. Wazza, thank you very much, mate. Listen, I feel, stop it, Warren. I hope that this helps compensate you for getting the Madeline McCann stream demonetized, mate. Warren, listen, you've never got to apologize for that. Never. Honestly, and I mean this, mate. If I had listen, look at it like this. If I had an issue with certain streams being demonetized or, strikes and all that stuff, I believe me, mate, I would not have you doing streams on my channel with subjects like that. Yeah, I love it. All right? I'm not in it for the money, mate. Believe it or not, I'm not in it for the money. Yeah, trust me. Whether I do YouTube or not, I'm still sleeping well at night. It's not a problem. Yeah, I do these things because I'm genuinely interested in the paranormal and conspiracy theories. Because for me, I do think there is something out there that would blow our mind if we learned the absolute truth about it. And I know me and you share the same sort of thoughts on this as well. And honestly, mate, listen, and I mean this now, I'm going to say this. You do a hell of a lot of research, right, on this channel, right? You do those streams. And I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. And I know sometimes you look at the views and you think, all that effort I've gone to, and obviously not many people have watched it. But do you know what? Sod that. Don't worry about that, right? The people who do watch it are interested in it like me and you are, right? So honestly, and I always said this, Warren, in the beginning, it's not going to be everyone's bag. It's not. But do you know what? To people who are interested in it, we're doing it for them. So do you know what? Don't worry about it, bruv. Honestly, sweet. But listen, I really do appreciate that, mate. You've never got to apologise. You're doing me a favour by coming on my channel and doing that. So listen, it should be me thanking you. All right. So yeah, let's just get that clear. You know, I love you. Thank you very much. Dazzler, I am fuming, Diesel. That fraud Arteta is a world-class gem in Trossard, yet has been benching him all season. He is head and shoulders the best in the squad for this. He needs to be sacked alone. Do you know what? If anyone can remember when we first signed him, the stream I did, it's on here. I was always in favour. That's one signing that I thought. Do you know what? That is not only is it good business, it's shrewd. Because I think, what did he cost us? Was it 27 million from memory? Which, let's be real, in football terms, that's cheap, right? He's a good player. You see certain players at lesser clubs, and you think to yourself, do you know what? Can they step up? But every time I watch Trossard, he's one of them players where I think, do you know what? At a bigger club, he could thrive. He's a very intelligent, smart player, right? And I've always liked him. I personally believe he's underrated. I really do believe he's underrated. I think he could do a job in any team in this league. I really do believe that, right? I'm not saying he would necessarily walk into a Man City side, but at the same time, if he was in that side, I don't think he would look out of place. He's a very, very good player, right? And I think it's criminal to some extent that Michel was left him on the bench, especially when he's come in and he's had such a good effect on games. And then he finds out the next game he's benched. Like, for me, you know, it seems like, for me, I think with Michel, the penny's finally dropped with regards to Gabriel Jesus. He's now on the bench. And what he tried yesterday with Trossard there, Havertz up, the Havertz thing, not Havertz up front, sorry, Trossard up front. I did say on the last stream what I'd like to see. Yes, it worked yesterday and it was fine. I'd like to see Trossard on the left and Martinelli up front. That's what I'd like to see. I believe Martinelli can do a right good job up there, right? So try it and see it, you know, see if it works. But Darren, I've got to say, mate, he's you bang on. I'm interested to see what happens next game. Surely, the magnitude of that result yesterday, surely, barring injury, the next game we play, he's going to have that exact same lineup. Surely. In terms of Kai Havertz, I don't want to keep going on like I'm bashing the guy, but I'm seeing so many Arsenal fans saying he had a stormer of a game yesterday, and I'm just not seeing what they're seeing. Maybe it's me. You guys in the chat can like correct me or tell me if I'm being stupid, but I'm just not seeing what a lot of these Arsenal fans are seeing. I think they're so desperate for this guy to, I don't know. It's funny because a lot of these comments I'm seeing from Arsenal fans, they're the ones who are sort of Michel Arteta lovers. And because they're so scared and so reluctant to actually call the Kai Havertz thing a flop, they're so reluctant to actually say, do you know what? I love Michel, but I got to say he got this one really wrong. They haven't got the bottle to say that. So anything he does in a game, a little fancy turn or a little fancy flick, they're gonna go mad over that. Oh my God, what a wonderful piece of skill. Oh, that was Messi-esque. That was Ronaldo-esque. Do you know what I'm saying? The truth of the matter is the guy ain't good enough. You know, and for me, he is a passenger in that team. He's not £65 million worth of player. He's not a tasty bit of kit. He never will be for me. I would imagine in another league he'll probably thrive. Some players are just not built for this league, and I personally think he's one of them. That's just my opinion. Shoot me down. What else have we got? Here we go. Right, let's read this. Khalid, I can tell secretly you're a fan of mine. I can tell you like me, bruv. Come on. But all right, I'll play your game. Look, it's time to pay the piper, Diesel. You're getting proven wrong game after game. Can't you just? This is the line that winds me up. Can't you just be happy for once? If getting behind my teammates, if getting behind my team makes me a troll, then Christ, what is this world coming to? Do you know what? Fair play, Khalid. Fair play. And do you know what? I'll be honest with you. The kind of guy I am, I'm not really a lover of a lot of people sort of agreeing with me, right? This is the whole reason why when I was on Claude and the Bansters, we had, I believe, me and Claude, rest in peace, me and Claude were 9 times out of 10 on the same page, but we would always debate with Terence. But I really like that because if you've got 4 or 5 people on the stream and they're all in agreement with each other, to me, not only is it a little bit boring, but it's not a debate, is it? You know, for me, I like a debate, you know, and then that comment there that you've put in, for me, that's not rude at all. You think differently to me, and that's cool. Most other channels would have seen that comment and probably called you out, right? And, you know, and been a bit rude to you. That's not really my style, you know, if I'm honest with you. Look, I get it. Yeah. Who am I to tell you how to be and how to support Arsenal? Yeah. The happy comment, Khalid, like listen, the whole reason I'm doing the stream tonight is to obviously compliment the team and compliment the manager on that game yesterday. But for me, I'm all about the bigger picture, bruv. It's not about game after game I'm getting it wrong, because ultimately the way I am, and I'm at an age now where I've seen Arsenal do great things, you know, and win the big trophies, right? So I've experienced it and I've tasted it. And I think it's like I always say to you guys, you know, you have a hamburger every day, and that one day when you eat steak, you know, you've set a benchmark and you've set a precedent and you can't go back to an hamburger anymore. You know, and it's very similar to Arsenal, you know. What annoys me, Khalid, if I'm honest with you, like, you know, we saw how we played against Liverpool, brilliant. We saw how we played yesterday, brilliant. My thing is, and in a way, look, I'm glad Arsenal are doing all this because it just proves my point even more. We know they can do it. Yeah, we know they can do it. Not anyone can rock up and beat Liverpool like that. Not only did we beat Liverpool, we beat them well. We beat them, you know, convincingly. It wasn't a smash or grab. West Ham yesterday, listen, to score 6 goals away from home against anyone in this league, yeah, fair play, right? Fair play. But again, it goes to my point. We know they can do it. We know they can. It's just whether or not they're up for it or not. You know, and I said last week on a stream that consistency has always been the Achilles heel for Arsenal. Some weeks they're up for it, other weeks they're not. If they play like that, week in, week out, like how they did yesterday and like how they did for large spells and, you know, in that Liverpool game, then I'll tell you something, you know, we may be onto something here. But with Arsenal, because historically, history tells us they have a purple patch. We get hyped up and excited. Then all of a sudden, reality kicks in. The pressure's applied, yeah, and they go hiding and they bottle it. And that's always been my massive, massive gripe with our football club. Now, at the moment, things are going nice, sweet. A lot of people are saying it may be an advantage to Arsenal that we're chasing, not leading, right? That remains to be seen. Right? We'll have to see what's what come the end of the season. My thing is, they can play ball. They're not crap. I've never said that. You know what I mean? They are good, right? When they're on it, they're a match for anyone, right? My challenge to Arsenal is we've seen it. We know you can do it. Keep doing it. Do it week in, week out. Play like that. The reason why I said about Arsenal players watching good old Diesel, right? What did I say to you guys on Friday? Brilliant win against Liverpool, right? It's that intensity. Keep that up. What I loved about yesterday, even when we went 3-0 up, 4-0 up, right? Arsenal have always been a team, not always, but the last several seasons, they've always been a team where they might go a goal up or 2 goals up. And what they do is they take their foot off the gas and they allow the opponent to get up, dust themselves down and come at you. That's what Arsenal do. Arsenal have never been ruthless, right? They're not killers. Yesterday, they were ruthless and they were killers. And even when there was 3-4-0 up, they did not take the foot off the throat of West Ham, right? They went on and on and on and on. The intensity, the press, right? They did not stop. And that's all we've been asking for. Do that. Most teams won't be able to live with us. Yeah. That's my gripe, Khalid. Look, in a nutshell, mate, I hope I've explained that. But listen, all this about being happy, I'm happy with the result. Of course, I'm happy with the win. Yeah. There's not many teams who are going to go to the Olympic Stadium or London Stadium and beat West Ham 6-0. Irrespective of whether West Ham were piss poor or not many teams are going to go there and smash 6 goals past them, right? So listen, like, fair play to Arsenal. But now we can see just what they're capable of when they're on it, right? So my thing is, just make sure you're on it. It's not hard, is it? Oh, lovely. Right. Who else we got? Also, I've got I want to mention Declan Rice, but I'll come to that in a minute. Grant McRoberts, I see you there, mate. Big up yourself. Dazzler, it looks like Odegaard works hard because he is crocked. He's not in the slightest bit quick. Yeah. I do like Odegaard. Do you know what? The only thing with him, it's those big games. How can I put it? Odegaard is like many of these other Arsenal players. It's frustrating in a way because, like, it's when they're on it. Like yesterday, like, you know, these threading those balls through, you know, that deft touch. I love all of that, guys. Honestly, I really do. I really do, right? And they all worked hard yesterday. You know, fair play to them. They all worked hard. I just want to see Odegaard stamp his authority on those big games. I want to see him run a game. You see, like we look at Kevin De Bruyne, right? Listen, the man's world class. In my opinion, he is the best player in world football in that position, right? In my opinion. The man has just come back and he's picked up where he left off. Like, there's no, he needs 10 games to keep up with the pace and all that. No. As soon as he goes in that side, he makes things happen, right? Magic man. Yeah. But Kevin De Bruyne can run games. He can dominate games. I want to see Odegaard do that. Yeah. Odegaard has still got a few gears to go, in my opinion. But that's not just him. It's the same with Saka. It's the same with Martinelli. It's the same with Trossard. Right? They've all got gears that they can go to. They can all get better. Ali D, I've already gone deep down the rabbit hole, Diesel. People ain't got a clue what's going on. Although they are trying to be more obvious now, although people still don't see it. That's because there's a lot of sheep out there, mate, and there's a lot of how can I put it? I'm going to be polite here. There's a lot of non-intelligent people, right? There are still a lot of people who turn on the news and believe everything that they see. There are still a lot of people who buy a newspaper and believe everything that they read. A lot of people don't have their own mind. True. It is true. They don't. Not everything is as it seems, right? Not everything is obvious. Yeah. But for me, I think a lot of it comes down to intelligence. You know, that's just my opinion. Trossard is top drawer. He's the type of player that needs to play a run of games. Taking him out, then giving him 15 minutes here and there is not right. I'll tell you something. Yeah, he made his mark yesterday. Let's see what goes on now. Havertz and Stormer, laugh out loud. 2 words that don't go together. Facts, exactly. AJ bites in the chat as well. Pick up yourself, AJ. Hope you well, mate. Havertz has started to break into a jog now after 6 months at Arsenal. Yeah, he's actually starting to move now. Woo! Bloody hell. Unbelievable. That's what 65 million pays you, right? Randy Viper, oh my God, this guy's going to go bankrupt tonight. Randy, I love you, mate. Thank you so much. I love Warren's team talk. Listen, who doesn't love Wazza? Let's be honest here. Who doesn't love him? Yeah, he's my guy. Come on. Much appreciated, mate. Thank you very much. God, Diesel's cleaning up tonight, isn't he, eh? Hey. Thatcher, Maggie, my girl. That's what's good about you, Diesel. Unlike others who just hit the ban button on others with a different opinion. Do you know what, Thatcher? I've got to say, right? Someone said to me the other day, I can't remember the. What channel was it? I can't remember, but yeah, someone was saying to me the other day that apparently that goes on. That's common. That goes on a lot. Where there might be, look, it's like Khalid's comment there. Khalid weren't rude. He wasn't rude with his comment. He has a different point of view to what I do. But apparently, there's a lot of channels out there who, if they see a comment like Khalid's, it's an instant ban. Like they just ban him. And I look at that and I think to myself, what is the point in having a YouTube channel when you're going to do that? It's different if someone's being rude or offensive or racial or sexist or whatever. Then yeah, cool, right? But why would you ban someone just because they've got a different opinion to you? If anything, I encourage that because I love a debate. You know, I do. I haven't got all the answers. I'm not always right. I could just tell you what I see and what I feel, right, and what my opinion is. You guys in the chat, you know, I love someone who's got their own mind, you know, because Khalid could just sway with the majority and agree with everything that I'm saying. Yeah, I like the fact that he can push back. Yeah, but he's respectful with it as well. He's not being rude. No, look, please, like, don't block anyone in here. Unless they deserve it, if they're being, like, you know, rude or I don't know, whatever, offensive or whatever. No, listen, bring it on. Bring it on. I do encourage it. I love stuff like that. Stu MC, big up yourself, Stu. Hope you're well, mate. West Ham showing why England last won anything with Bobby Moore back when the Queen Lizzie's tits didn't touch her ankles. Hashtag kick and chase shit, English pub league. Good comment. Nari, hope you're well, mate. Did you hear about the F1 karting track built under the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? I went on opening day and it was epic. I wonder if they'll do anything similar at other grounds. Yeah, they're raking in the money now, I suppose, aren't they? Proper raking it in. Joseph Clark, big up yourself, Joe. I hope you're well, mate. I got a glimpse of the Arsenal I grew up knowing. Delighted with the result. Now let's kick on. And this is the thing, right? From memory, am I right in saying I think there's 14 games to go, right? Now we know Man City are more than capable of winning every game, but something tells me that they might not, right? They might, you know, win the majority and have a couple of draws here and there. Same with Liverpool. I don't think, and I've gone on record, and I've said this on this stream numerous times. I personally do not think Arsenal will win the league. I don't, right? I don't think they're consistent enough. I don't think they work well under pressure, right? But it's for them to prove me wrong and a lot of you guys wrong, you know. But I'm doing a stream tonight, and it's a game-by-game basis. I'm talking about that game yesterday at West Ham. Do they deserve credit for it? Yes, of course. Of course they do. We was electric yesterday. I just wish we could do that every single game. I'm not saying smash teams 6-0 every single game, but play like how we played yesterday. Because all Arsenal were doing, in my opinion, guys, you know, boys and girls in the chat, all Arsenal were doing are proving my point. You know, when you look at the result against Liverpool, you know, the way we played, our performance there. When you look at the game yesterday against West Ham, right, all Arsenal were doing are proving my point. And I've always said they have it in them, right? They can do it. We can see it. So my question is, my challenge is, why do you not do this every week? Why do some games you turn up and you're up for it, but then other games you take your foot off the gas and it's at walking pace and you're not playing with anywhere near the same intensity and you don't press as hard in certain games? That's what I don't get. I don't understand that, right? Because it's different if we support a team who have all the endeavour in the world. They try their hardest, you know, they do work hard, but they just haven't got the quality. No, you know, this team do have it, right? You know, like they can play like that. So like it angers me when they don't do it, if that makes sense, right? AJ, if we ever want a small chance at this title, we must win our next 5 Premier League games before we go away to Man City. Yep, fact. AFC always, Diesel, 14 games left to go. How many wins can you see Arsenal getting? If I'm honest, mate, 14 games, I'd say about 10. I'd say about 10, 9, 10. I don't think we'll win every game. No chance. I'll be very surprised if we do. I don't want to be a negative Nelly, guys. I'm still not convinced on the mentality here. I'm really not. it's historic. It's something that's so deep rooted within the club in terms of that bottling, and yes, as Khalid will say earlier on, I'm going to use this comment as the benchmark now for this stream, but it's all well and good saying just be happy and this, that, the other, but I'm greedy. I want more, and I think if more fans were like that, then this club would be in a situation where they would be more demanding of themselves. Do you know what I'm saying? It's for me. There's always been that stench of top four is good enough. Top four is enough for Arsenal, and it's not just the club who have that mantra. There's a lot of Arsenal. Listen, let me ask you this, right? You guys, right? You ask any other football team, if you ask fans of any other team, whether that be Liverpool, Man City, Man United, whoever, right? I guarantee you now, they will all say, who do you not want to win the league? Oh, Arsenal. Why is that? Because their fans are the worst fans in the league. And it's true, we are. Not all of us, but a lot of these Arsenal fans are so unbearable, right? Certain other channels that I see, or some clips that some of you guys send me on Instagram, and you're like, oh, Diesel, what's this? I can't believe this guy's just said this. And I'll watch it and I think, what is this guy talking about? Arsenal are unbearable. Like we'll beat West Ham 6-0 yesterday, or Liverpool. Perfect example, right? We beat them, last week? Do you know the amount of Arsenal fans who are just giving it to Liverpool? Like literally giving it, and in my opinion, Liverpool will finish higher than us this season. And I've always been an advocate of, until we win a trophy, keep our mouth shut. It's not done. The job's not done yet, right? There's still 14 games to go. It's that cockiness. And I think so many Arsenal fans in this fan base have got that cockiness. They want to brag all day, all week about that Liverpool win. Well, hang on a minute. But if Liverpool finish higher than us, what was it for, really? What was all that bragging for? Because they're only going to come back at us at the end of the season. I don't get that. Just stay on job. You know what I mean? Keep your mind on the job. Ali D, spot on Diesel. Come on. I speak sense. Early doors. As I said yesterday, it's about consistency now. Can Arsenal maintain it? If they slip up once, it could be the end of the season. Mate, listen, I've said it earlier and I'll say it again. Consistency for me is a problem. Arsenal play well when there's no pressure applied. When you look at Liverpool, we weren't expected to win that game. I'm not making excuses for it because I've praised Arsenal for that game. I'm not making any excuses. Please, guys, I can assure you I'm not. But there wasn't really a lot of pressure applied to Arsenal, in my opinion, because no one really thought we were going to win that, even though we was at home. A lot of people thought it was Liverpool's, Liverpool were just going to rock up and, in our backyard and they were going to take the game to us and they were going to beat us, right? And I think a lot of that is since Jurgen Klopp announced he's leaving, I've even thought this, my money's on Man City, but then I did sort of think to myself, oh, do you know what? I don't know now, because with Jurgen Klopp going, I can see the players putting in an extra 10, 20% because they're going to want to win it for him. They're going to want to give him a send-off, right? So obviously going into that game against Liverpool at home, even I thought Liverpool were going to beat us. So I was pleasantly surprised that we played the way we did, and we won we won how we did as well. And obviously to follow it up with that game yesterday against West Ham, I thought was absolutely brilliant. It was sublime. But consistency, especially around this time of the season, this is where the true test is going to be, right? I don't know. I don't think so, Tone. I'm not going to lie to you, mate. I can only go off what I've seen the past several seasons. Why would this season be any different? But yeah, listen, let them prove us wrong, right? Oh, this is the thing, guys. I want to be proved wrong. Do you know what I mean? I want to be proved wrong. I want Arsenal to win the league. And listen, I will happily come on, do a stream, and the likes of Khalid and a few others can come at me. I will take the pelters, not a problem. Egg on my face, egg on my face. Yeah, I'll take that. Not a problem. It's fine. I want them to do it. Prove me wrong. Listen, I'm only saying what I see. Right? No narrative being peddled here. Ali D, another super. Christ, Diesel's going to. Oh, listen, I'm eating well tonight. Let me tell you that now. Ali D, come on, my guy. Thank you very much. A little towards the stake fund. Listen, mate. Listen, whether it's a penny, £2, £1, it's irrelevant. They pay the bills, right? They pay. StreamYard ain't free. So, Ali D, thank you. Honestly, mate, much appreciated. Yeah, you know I don't take it for granted. Come on, guys. You know me long enough now. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. We've got Static in the chat as well. Big up yourself, Static, my brother. Hey, Diesel, I finally caught you live. What a week for me. Yeah. What a week for Blimey. It's only Monday. Hope you're good, though, mate. Hope you're well. We've got 23 likes as well. Not bad at all. Not bad. 50 minimum. Come on, guys. Anyone who's not liked, please like for me. Ryan, top 4 under this regime is always the aim. They aren't playing for the title. I think we look, we all know that, right? The lack of business in January for me was alarming, right? And I know, Arsenal have got a get out of jail card because all they got to turn around and say is FFP, and all that rubbish. The truth of the matter is we had players to sell. We had players to sell in that window, right? Last month. So for me, if they shipped out 2 or 3, which enabled them room to get 1 or 2 in, why not do that? The truth of the matter is Arsenal do not negotiate well. Arsenal are terrible at selling players. I refuse, and I said this last week, I refuse to believe that they cannot sell any player at this club and not get money for him. I'm sorry. All this, players playing up to their contract ends and then they leave on a free. Don't tell me you can't get at least a couple of million for these players, whether that be Cedric or whoever else, right? They are still Premier League players. Maybe not in our eyes, but they're Premier League players. You're telling me you can't find any club in world football to part with 1 or 2 million for some of these players? I'm sorry, absolute rubbish. I'm not having that at all. And that is something that's got to be looked at hard, right, in the summer. Anyway, Warren, to win the league, we have to win at City. That ain't happening. Even 10 wins and we still ain't going to win it. Exactly. But you know what, though? See, this is the thing with Arsenal, right? Yeah. What Michelle needs to be saying to these players, yes, there is a good chance Man City can win all their games. And if they do, we're not winning the title, right? But Arsenal have got to stay sharp, right? They've got to stay vigilant, yeah? Because anything can happen. Man City could slip up in a couple of games. Liverpool could slip up in a couple of games. And the thing with Arsenal is, should that happen, Arsenal need to be there to take advantage. My worry with our club is if that does happen, we won't. Because if that does happen to either of those 2 clubs, that is where you will see proper pressure applied to Arsenal, right? They've got a chance of being in the driving seat. And that is where, for me, the mentality is still not there with us. It's still not there, right? And but look, let's see. Diesel, it's definitely impossible. 14 out of 14. Ironically, I was thinking 9 out of 14 or 10 out of 14 as well. If that happens, bro, Arsenal definitely won't achieve a minimum of 90 points. Yeah. 25 likes coming, AJ. Oh, my God. I've got another super chat. Oh, dear. Oh, honestly, I'm going red, which for someone who looks like me is very, very hard to do. I'm like a tangy tomato. Oh, Raw Aram. Big up, Diesel. Raw Aram. I hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Big up to you as well, Raw. Come on, my guy. Static Diesel. The past 7 days for myself, it was a roller coaster. Hence why I missed your last 2 shows, but I'm good. I hope it's nothing serious, Static. Come on, bruv. Come on. I'm always here for you, mate. You know that. No worries. Pepsi Pack. Come on, my contribution. Listen, mate, thank you very much, Pepsi. A long time watcher of mine as well. So yeah, listen, thank you very much. I love that. Big up yourself, mate. Thank you very much. Honestly, Really, honestly, guys, it means a lot. Really does. Ali D, we're already seeing the reports of the war chest for the summer. Yeah, let's not fall for that again. Darren, they are buzzing because they are moving towards top 4 again. Do you know what? It's not. This is where for me there is a disconnect, right, with us fans and Arsenal. We all know it's not a sport anymore; it's a business, right? We all know that, right? It's a sad state of affairs. It's sad, but it's true. It's a business now, right? But there are still a lot of us fans who treat it and regard it as a sport, and we still believe. Darren, I've seen you on various streams, mate. I know that me and you are 100% in agreement with this, right? For us, fans like us, it's not about money; it's about trophies, right? It always has been. It's all that you know, the old school adage of trophies, winners, right? You know, and that will never change, right? It's always about winning trophies. You know, for me, in any sport, not just football, but that's the ultimate, right? Being regarded as the best, and it's for Arsenal. For me, the money, the financial side takes over, right? And I genuinely believe that we are supporting a club who are mostly only interested in top 4, which allows them to be in the Champions League, which brings in the extra revenue, right? If they can win a trophy along the way, brilliant, cool, nice. But if not, no big deal. Oh, well. And I genuinely believe that. I genuinely believe that. See, for me and yourself, Darren, and the majority of the guys in the chat, it's just simply not enough. And I'll go back to it. Arsenal are a big club. Do you know what? It's funny. I say this to a lot of Arsenal fans, and they're like, duh, of course, Diesel, I know that. Yeah, but do you really know? Do you know how big we are? This is the gripe I have, right, with a lot of Arsenal fans. I know you know that we're a big club, but do you know how big we are? Because that's where a lot of Arsenal fans ain't got a clue, right? A lot of these, because we do have a lot of these Johnny come latelys, right, in our fan base, and they don't realise just how big we are. They don't realise that obviously we've got the infrastructure is there, the stadium, the training ground, the worldwide support that we've got, the fact that Arsenal can go to any country in the world and pack out any stadium. Yeah. We all know Arsenal could fill the Emirates probably 7, 8, 9 times over. Fact. I mean, when you're hearing about, was it a 6 or 7 year waiting list now for season tickets, I believe, right? That the Emirates Stadium holds 60,000. Arsenal easily. And do you know what? Early doors who's in the chat, I would say the same about West Ham. They could fill that 6, 7 times over, right? Arsenal and West Ham historically always had good support and lots and lots of it, right? That's a fact. Arsenal are a big, big club, right? And the fact that we haven't won a league in years, I'm sorry, that's just not good enough. It's not, right? But there's a lot of fans in the fan base, and it filters through, right? Where the club's mentality and standards have dropped, it's been fed through to the fans. And as a result, a lot of the Arsenal fans' mentality and standards have dropped as well. But there are still a few of us who, yes, we support the club, and yes, we love the club. But at the same time, I don't love the club to a point where I'm going to bend over and I'm going to allow them to do me up the bum. It's just not going to happen, right? Sorry, it's not. God, where was I? AJ, excuse me. This summer, I want Cedric, Mo, 35, 15, 29, J2O, Party, Aaron Ramsdale, Eddie, ESR, and Reece Sambi, Nuno, all gone. Right. Cedric, El Neni, Nketiah, Smith Rowe for me has got to go. I like Smith Rowe. I think for his sake as well as ours, he's got to go. He's never going to get a chance here. Let's be honest. Reece Nelson, not good enough. See, when you look at it, AJ, right? When you look at this, is what annoys me, right? About the lack of transfer activity, right? Last month, when you look at those players that everyone says, Arsenal have not got a great deal of squad depth, right? But then when you reel off all those players, you've got a good amount of players which you could get rid of and sell, which would allow, obviously, not only the transfer funds, because we know Arsenal have got money, right? But would free up spaces, which would allow Arsenal to go out there and get that banger up front, yeah? That gunman, as I like to call him, because we do need a gunman. I don't care what. It's funny, all these pundits now and a lot of these Arsenal fans, because of what happened yesterday, oh, we scored 6. Do you know what? Maybe we don't need a striker after all. Maybe we can just share the goals around like how we did yesterday. Maybe we don't need Ivan Toney. Maybe we don't need Osimhen. Maybe we're all right as we are. Yeah? Do you see what I'm saying, people, right? See, this is after one game. That one game yesterday, these same Arsenal fans prior to the West Ham game saying, do you know what? If we've got any chance of winning this league, we need a 25-goal striker up front. We need a striker. We need a top man up there. We need a gunman. Right? We go away to West Ham. We beat West Ham 6-0. And just see how quick the pendulum swings. Just see how quick a lot of these Arsenal fans are saying, whoa, hang on. I know last week I said we need a gunman and we need a striker. After what I've just witnessed today, Dees, let me tell you something now, my old son. Let me tell you something now. I don't think we need a striker. Why would we? We just put 6 past West Ham. We don't need Ivan Toney. We don't need Victor Osimhen. We don't need any striker. We're right as we are. That's after one game. That is my gripe with a lot of these Arsenal fans. How they can change like that, after one game. One. It's not. I'm sorry. No, I just don't understand that mentality and that way of thinking. Right? I want better. I want more. Right? I do. We're not going to beat everyone 6-0 in this league. Do you know what I'm saying? Stop judging it off of one game and start thinking big. Start thinking about the bigger picture. Start thinking long term. Because I could name you games where we didn't do anything, where we had loads of chances. Well, we did not finish our dinner. You know why? Because we never had that gunman up front. But no, you guys, a lot of the Arsenal fans, you don't want to mention those games. No. Oh, no, because that would be proving Diesel's point. No, what you want to do, some of you guys, is you just want to talk about that game yesterday against West Ham because that fits your argument. Well, I'll tell you what, how about you talk about all those other games where we've had all this possession, right? But we couldn't finish our dinner. We couldn't put our chances away. We've had games where we've had 10, 15 chances and we couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Why don't we start talking about those games? Why? Because there's more of them than there are of the game yesterday. Fact. Right? Am I wrong? People, am I wrong? AJ, Static, Ali D, Ryan Stockley. Am I wrong? Come on. Fact, innit? Calm down, Diesel. I'm getting excited. Right, where were we? Ryan, well, if Arteta nearly walked after last season, so if and when that happens, then he has to walk because he failed again. Let's see, look, let's have it right, yeah? I don't know many managers to be at a top club, spend the amount of money he has, not win anything, and there is not even a hint of this man being under pressure. Not a hint. Right? Now, there will be some Arsenal fans, like, Khalid as well, like, fair play, it's up to him, right? Who will look at the results. They won't look at the season. They won't look at where we finish. They won't look at the lack of trophies. What they'll look at is, young Terence is the same. He's like this, right? They will look at just individual games. So, like, for example, the game yesterday, they'll look at that and then they'll come at me for it. They'll look at the games against, that game last week against Liverpool, and they'll come at me for that. And these are individual games. There are battles and there are wars. Yes, we will win some battles, but we never win the war. Right? You're talking levels here, people. Levels. I'm sorry. It's true. Right? every club in this league, in this Premier League, every club has moments, have golden moments, right, during the course of a season. They do, right? And I'm not saying we can't celebrate, of course. I'm not saying don't celebrate the game or the result. But I do believe Arsenal as a club, we do go a bit OTT. I do, right? Proper winners don't do that, right? Yeah, great result, high five, sweet. On to the next game, on to the next, the next game, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Proper winners are relentless, relentless. The job isn't done yet. It's not done, right? And for me, like I said earlier on, we've shown that we can play ball. Yeah. So go and win the thing. Go and do it. Right. And if we don't, to your comment, Ryan, if we don't win it this season, I know what's going to come. A lot of Arsenal fans are just going to say, yeah, but it's Man City days. Come on. Yeah, but it's Man City. Yeah, but who's going to stop them? But it's Man City. And it's like Man City wasn't the reason why we didn't win the league last season. Stop putting it on Man City, right? We've played these guys twice in a season. What are Arsenal doing in the other games? Even if you lose those 2 games against Man City, you've still got 36 other games, right? So it's not Man City, is it? It's common sense, people. Come on, rotted. Fire FNAF. Is that right? Fire F. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Fire FNAF. Hope you're well. Diesel, mate. Come on, you Gunners. Come on. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're good. Hope I pronounced that right. I've just seen a comment from Early Doors. Rosie. Oh, have we got women in here? Oh, there she is. Oh, now I would not say no to that. That is a bit of me. Right, sorry, I don't want to be rude when I say it. I'm so sorry, Rosie. I'm one of them. I'm a cheeky chappy. I do apologise. Hope you're well, my love. Please be a woman. I do get the odd woman in here, which turns out to be a bloke and using a woman's picture, and it gets me all excited. And then obviously, it's honestly, it's like a waste of wood. It's like a bad carpenter. It winds me up. Rosie, hope you're well. Hey, first time I've ever seen your stream. Well done with the win yesterday. He's hoping the only way is up, mate. What do you think the Palace score will be? Oh, God, Rosie. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. Thank you for joining me, Rosie. Much appreciated. Or joining us. Yeah, we are all one big family here. I hope you're well. And thank you for the comment. In fact, hang on. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just see something. Hang on. 2 secs, people. 2 secs. Sorry. What's your prediction for the Chelsea game? Who do you support, Rosie? Sorry, if you don't mind me asking. Let me know who you support. Warren, Wazza, in the 1970s and 80s, Arsenal fans used to sing about winning trophies, not finishing second, third, or fourth, or players' tattoos on their drip. Listen, top 4. One thing I will say in defence of Michel. Do you know what? In fact, I'm going to say this, right? Arteta. Do I rate the man? No. Do I think he's the man to take us to the promised land? No. But do I think he wants to win? Yes. You can tell he wants it. I will give him that. I don't think he's a manager who's come in and he's just happy. Well, see, when I say about the Arsenal and the top 4, I don't include Michel in that, right? I do include Edu, the Cronkies, everyone else, and a lot of the players. But I will say this about Michel. I don't think he's good enough, but I do think he wants it. I do think he wants it. He wants to win, right? He's not into this top 4 nonsense. He wants to win the league, right? I will say that, the endeavour, I think he's got that. I will say that, I can't say he's not. You can tell, I love the way he celebrates. I do. Listen, if I disliked him and I hated, listen, there are a lot of fans. Trust me, there are a lot of Arsenal fans who hate Michel. Almost said it again. They hate him, right? You can tell. Certain channels I watch, no matter what Arsenal do, no matter what the manager does, they always try and find some, reason to obviously, hate on the man, right? Which I do think in some cases is a bit harsh. I do. Yeah. I talk on here about, so for me, it's a game by game basis, right? I thought we were brilliant yesterday. I'm not going to come on here and say, well, yeah, it was only because West Ham were no. That's an easy way out. For me, that's not giving credit where credit's due for me. Yeah. West Ham were poor. We're going to touch on that in a minute. But listen, I thought we were brilliant. It's irrelevant how poor West Ham were. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at how good we were. Right. We were really, really good yesterday. Jesus and Partey too are always injured. I don't think Partey's injured, mate. I think something's gone on. Apparently, from what I don't know if this is true, I heard Partey had an issue with some woman, right? To a point, I did a stream on here about it. I don't know if that's still ongoing, but I did hear something else has come out, and I don't know if that's common knowledge. I don't know if that's true. It's just something I heard. There is something behind the scenes, something personal going on, and as a result of that, they're keeping him out of the limelight. So, if anyone else in the chat has heard anything along those lines, please let me know. But I'll be honest, I do not think this man is injured. In fact, I've put money on it. I don't think he's injured. Jesus, for me. No disrespect when I say this. For me, he's no great loss. Whether he's injured or not, it's irrelevant. I don't think he's a loss. I don't think he's a big loss. I think he has dropped off massively from last season. He's never been prolific. He never will be prolific. But for me, and I said it last week, for me, he looks to me like he's a little boy lost up there. He's really, really dropped off. Massive. I don't know what's going on. He has dropped off. I don't know if you guys agree with that in the chat, but that's just my thoughts and feelings on Jesus. Static Diesel, I've got a huge fact for you. That was actually Arsenal's biggest ever That was actually Arsenal's biggest ever away league win since December 1935, 89 years ago. Check my story on Instagram. Oh, serious? Christ. Look, you got to give the guys credit, man. Come on. If Diesel, if he had won 7-0, that 100% would have been a club record. Damn. We will always struggle without a top marksman, and our defence will always give decent teams chances. Fact. Rosie, my chat is really weird. It's lagging and showing some chat, but mostly mine. Rosie, listen. The main thing is, as long as you can see me and my pretty face, then trust me, it's Christmas, right? You're loving life. Don't worry, darling. Honestly, it's all good. I can assure you. Ali D, facts, and more facts. Diesel, come on. I speak sense, right? I ain't one of these geezers who have just come off the boat. Yeah, come on. I speak facts here. Diesel, for what you said before and now, why can't we play like this every week? No, you ain't wrong. This is the thing. Yeah, we criticize when we need to. We can praise when we need to. Yeah. But we know these guys can do it. That's honestly, guys, when I say to you, this is the most frustrating thing for me, right? We know they can do it. Right? You think any other listen, there's not many teams who can play against the Liverpool side and play like that. Do you know what I'm saying? There's beating a team, right, and there's beating them well. Do you get what I'm saying? They've got it. They can do it. So why not do it? And with every result that goes like this, like Liverpool and like West Ham yesterday, it's proving my point. That's all they're doing. Right? Early does. Come on. Right, he's beaming, guys. Look at him. He must be on about me because when Rosie come in, honestly, mate, when I say to you, yeah, honestly, there's nothing better than doing a stream and having women in the chat. Honestly. Especially when they've got a lovely picture as well. Yeah, I'm not into this. What's this PC world? And you've got to be careful what you say. I'll just say whatever's on my mind, guys. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm a lad. Do you know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys are as well. Yeah, say what we see. It's like catchphrase, isn't it? Rosie, my girl, come on, Rosie McDuff, up the duff. Hey, yeah, boom. Rangers fan. Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that. Rangers fan. I like Zimbabwe. I'm still undecided on an English team. I'm going to start uploading content, just building my confidence. I will do a reaction video when we win the Scottish Cup. Rosie, whereabouts are you? If you don't mind me asking, because I'm assuming you're not in England. Let me know. Do you know what? But Rosie, look, on a serious one, I know I'm a joker and I'm a bit cheeky, right? But on a serious one, I encourage anyone who starts a channel. It's not easy to do because not many people can sit here like this and talk to a load of people, right? And put their face, their boat race on the screen, right? But I'll tell you something now. It's fun. It's nothing to be scared of. All right. You need a bit of a thick skin, if I'm honest with you, because you do get the trolls and the haters. Sometimes they come for you. The main thing to remember is this: a lot of these trolls and haters, right? They can give it to you and give it all the bertie in the chat, but if they was to ever see you on the street, they would be up your arse. Trust me on that, right? Because a lot of these people they're cowards, if we're being honest, and they haven't got the bottle to do what we're doing. Yeah, and just me doing this now, a lot of these trolls and haters, they're jealous. And in my opinion, I honestly believe it's because, look, I'm lovely looking. A lot of these trolls and haters, I've seen some pictures of them. They're so ugly, right? You can tell they're either kids or they're old men and they're still virgins and they still live with mummy and daddy. Still live in their box room from when they were 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they're never ever going to be with a woman. And they see someone like me who's a bit of a lad, who's gorgeous, and it's jealousy, Rosie. Do you know what I'm saying, babes? Honestly, I swear to God, it's jealousy, and I love it. It's just it. Oh, I just use a good moisturizer. I'm 42 years of age. You would never think it, would you? I look younger, right? Early 30s. I get that all the time, but I look after myself. I'm well groomed, right? And this is the thing. Just do that. Work with what you've got. That's all I would say. Oh, I'm such a dickhead, isn't I? I'm sorry. Kyle Welsh Gunner, big up yourself, Carl. Diesel, big up, bro. I think we all should chill. Unfortunately, City will win the league. We are still a couple of players short. Mate, I'd go further. I think we're 4 or 5 players short. I don't think 2's enough. What I mean by, listen, I've said it before, right? I think this is a very poor league. I don't know if you guys agree with that. I do think it's a poor. Take Man City out. To an extent, Liverpool. I don't think the quality of the league is anywhere near what it was several years ago, right? The fact that you've got Aston Villa at one point were up there. I mean, they've dropped off now. Spurs before the injuries. Us, Liverpool, like man. I just don't think it's. I personally think the league has dropped. I really do, right? And we are players short. Quality players. I still can't get my head around how Arsenal themselves cannot see we need a striker up front. The whole world can see this, but for whatever reason they can't. And we know they can't because they decided to spend 65 million on Kai Havertz, a player that we didn't need. We didn't need him. It just still baffles me. Honestly, it really does. Static Diesel, exactly. We've won a lot of games this season, but performances have been crap, average, not so good. Yesterday, that's how we should win games every week. Do you know what? It's the way Arsenal applied themselves yesterday. I'm not expecting Arsenal. Listen, even I'm saying this now. I am not expecting Arsenal to rock up and beat teams 6-0 every week. It'd be lovely if they could, but it's just not possible, right? What I do expect is for Arsenal to turn up with the way they did yesterday, like their attitude in that game, the intensity and the pressing. Because with Arsenal, normally, as I said earlier on, they go a goal up, 2 goals up, that's it. Ease off, right? Ease off. Yesterday, they didn't do it, right? They got the first one, went for the second, went for the third, went for the fourth, went for the fifth, went for the sixth. They were hungry, yeah, right? They were looking to kill man yesterday, and that they did. My thing is, do that every single game. Don't go a goal up and ease off. Yeah, job done, lads. No, what do you mean job's done? Are you mad? Idiot. Yeah? No, crack on. Keep going. Yeah? And that is exactly what they did yesterday. And that is what I love to see. Absolutely brilliant yesterday. They just did not stop. Right? They did not give West Ham any time on the ball. And when you play like that and you keep it up for the large majority of the game, I can assure you guys, there are not many teams who can live with that. There aren't. Yeah? 33 likes. Come on, AJ. I need more. Diesel, facts. Come on. Rosie, Glasgow, buddy. Oh, Glasgow. I do like Scotland, I can't lie. Glasgow, buddy, early. What is that? Is that a cat or what? Fox? Early. I don't know. They have offered help, not got a problem with the boat race, laugh out loud, just suffer with anxiety. Yeah, no, look, I get that. But you know what? Do it. I've always said, look, I'm one of them people, right? Rather try it, and if you don't like it, then, you can always turn around and say, well, I gave it a go. It's not for me, or whatever. Don't ever have those regrets where you think, oh, do you know what? I should have done it. Now I'll never know. Yeah, and that could be anything in life. Yeah, we only get one life. It's one chance, one shot. And I just think to myself, do you know what? Grab it. If you got content, look, it could be football, it could be fashion, makeup, whatever it is. There's always space for channels on YouTube. I swear to God, right? There really is. Do it, and I guarantee you now, Rosie, the first couple of times. Yeah, nerves. Listen, I get nervous now. I'll let you in on a little secret, right? I've been streaming for quite a while now, and you would never think I'm nervous by the way I am, now the way I'm talking to you, you guys. I had some streams which, on average, say 400, 500 views. I've had others where I've had 1.3 or 1.4. The one I done a few weeks ago, Diesel's back, that was just under 1,000 views. It's very... like now I've got 15 people watching. Some streams I'll do, I've got sort of 50, 60, 70 people watching. It's so varied, right? The thing is, don't give up. If you have a couple of months or a couple of streams where, you're not pulling in as many views as what you normally do, that's where a lot of people, they go wrong. They think, oh, do you know what? Sod this. No one's watching. What's the point? Yeah, and then they quit, right? It's roller coaster, babes. Honestly, ups and downs, yeah? It really is. It's fun, though. And a couple of times, the first 1 or 2 times you do it, you'll get a taste for it. You'll love it. Your confidence goes up. And I swear to God, you will not regret it. So take it from me. Give it a go. Right? But 5-10 minutes before I'm due to go live, I do get a bit nervous. I still do now. I don't know what it is. I do. I can't help it. And the minute I go live and I start talking, the nerves go. Right? It's really weird. I just have this thing that I'm going to stream one evening, and there's going to be no one in the chat. I've always had that feeling. Oh my God, could you imagine if I start to stream and there's no one here? Oh, how embarrassing like would that be? I don't know if I could ever show my face again. That's just something you can't come back from, isn't it? You know what I mean? The guy's trying to mug, man. Like, I can't do it. Early doors, you'll be fine, Rosie. You know that, and we will support you. See, again, look, we are all one community here, Rosie. I promise you, darling. Promise you. Yeah, they mess with you, they mess with us, and that's how it should be. Yeah, come on, look, we are a firm. Sorry, Diesel, I have to go. Have a great stream and evening. What do you mean you got to go, Wazza? You taking the piss or something? I ain't done yet. You stay here, bro. Stay here. No, I'm joking. You can go. My son is competing in another UFC fight. I might do something with that too. Yeah, crack on. Do it. Honestly, do it. You will not regret it. Oh, Wolf. Oh, right. That's what it was. Sorry. God, my eyesight's going, isn't it, eh? I'm going to... Listen, guys, I'm going to do, 5 more minutes. I've had nothing to eat all day. I am starving. I am wasting away. So I hope you don't mind. Look, oh yeah, they're playing tonight. Lerma with a beauty for Palace. Porto equalised 1. Well, we got Burnley next, haven't we? I mean, look, I mean, Burnley should. I mean, that should be a piece of piss. Before I go, look, early doors. I know you're here. I can't go without mentioning West Ham. Now, look, let me just say this firstly, right? Now, you guys know I've always made a point of saying this, right? My dad's a West Ham fan. I have a lot of family who are West Ham, and I've always had a soft spot for West. I've always had a soft spot for West Ham, right? So I've never really, I've never really been one to proper go for them. I will say this: I had a few friends who were at the game yesterday, and I'm speaking to them on the phone last night, and they were just telling me there was D's, honestly. It's one thing watching it on the TV. We were there. It was whatever you saw on TV. It was 10 times worse watching it live. We were absolutely dreadful. The first 10, 15 minutes was okay, not brilliant. Okay. The minute you scored that first goal, we saw them. Their heads dropped. They weren't in it one little bit. It was like they wanted to just go home there and then. And then we get the second goal and then the third goal. And then when I'm watching it on TV and I'm seeing that amount of people leaving the stadium. And you know what? Let me just say this, right? I don't know what you guys in the chat, I don't know what your views are on this, right? But I've been on other people's channels and this question's always come up. And I've always been asked what my view is on that. People leaving early or whatever. I'm quite different to everyone else because my thing is this: if I was a West Ham fan and I was at that game yesterday and I saw that 4-0 at half time, I would have gone. I'm not into this rubbish about stay and support your team, and this. I don't agree with that, and I'll tell you why. Right, years ago, this is for me. Football's changed. Years ago, I would have totally believed that, but I think it's changed now to a point where season tickets and tickets in general used to be affordable. Right now, you're seeing, and not just with Arsenal, most clubs now, the prices that they're charging these fans are going through the roof. The food and the drink is an absolute disgrace, right? And my thing is, if you've paid for your ticket or your season ticket, right, and you go and you're served up that on a Sunday afternoon when a lot of fans, it's a mission to get there, especially nowadays, there's train strikes all the time. You got to take your kids. Just you getting a burger is 17, 18 quid. You got 2 kids you got to feed as well. Then you got to travel back. It could be raining. It could be snowing. It could be windy. This, that, the other, right? I'm sorry. You've paid your money and you're served up that from a bunch of players who just aren't playing. You've got every right to leave. I'm sorry. I'm not into this. Oh, no matter what Arsenal turn up, even if they coast through a game and they're at walking pace and they're showing no desire or intensity because they don't like the manager and they want him sacked. For example, right? Players who down tools. If you think I'm paying top dollar and I'm sitting through that for 96 minutes, you've got another thing coming. I am all for fans, right, who walk out because they're watching a team, these prima donnas, yeah, who are just going through the motions in games. No, I'm sorry. No, I would go. I would go. When I saw those West Ham fans going, I know West Ham have been ripped for this, right, all last night and all day today. But to go in at half time, 4-0 down, at home in your own backyard, I do not blame any one of them West Ham fans for going. I don't. There will be a lot of people who do, who are into this. Oh, no matter what, they could have been 10-0 down at half time. You stay and you support that team. Are they supporting us? Are the players supporting us? Before kickoff, you're listening to I'm Forever blowing bubbles and you're seeing like the crowd. The crowd are doing their bit. They're singing, chanting. They're up for it. Right? They are there in their numbers, right? And you give us that 4-0 at half time. No, listen, I don't blame any West Ham fan for leaving. I don't. Because if that had happened to Arsenal and I was at the game, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm not into this. I've done my bit. I've paid my ticket, right? I've paid my ticket. I'm doing that. That's what, fans, when fans do their bit, it's paying for tickets and going to games. That's it. Right? I've done my bit. Now it's on you. The rest is on you, right? These are I keep saying this every week, right? Whether we think some of these players are good, crap, lowest of the low, world class, whatever, right? The main thing is every Premier League player is a multi-millionaire. That's a fact, right? They are all multi-millionaires. Yeah, they are paid ridiculous amounts of money, right? That was never a thing years ago, back in the day, right? The worst, trashiest players in this Premier League are caked and millionaires, right? All we ask as fans, I think the money that they get paid is ridiculous, but it is what it is, right? We're in that football world. It is what it is. Cool, that's fine. If it was me, I'll take it. I can't knock them. But the one thing that we do demand as fans, irrespective of whichever club you support, is week in, week out, you turn up, right? You are playing 1 to 2 games per week max, right? You train every day for a couple of hours. Your life is sweet. Yeah, you are flying first class, right? No matter where it is. Yeah, you're in Europe, you find, they're not flying EasyJet like how we are. They are, they're flying first class, right? They've got masseuses, they've got fitness people. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? They've got doctors, sports scientists, this, that, the other. Trust me, these guys are loving life. And even with all of that, you still can't turn up and put a shift in? Fans, for me, in my opinion, have got every right to walk out, to show their disgust and walk out. Because I'll tell you something, that is how you protest for me. That is where, is it Sullivan? Would have looked at that and thought, oh shit, we need to sort something out now because we can't have that. Yeah? I'm telling you now. And I'm not on about, 20, 30 people left. There were enough, hundreds left. There were loads of them. You saw it yesterday yourselves, guys. There were loads of them at half time walking out. At first, I thought, rah, like all these people, they must all be hungry. Like they were all, trying to like go down and get first in the queue for the burgers and the hot dogs. No. How wrong was I? They left. You see them, right? And why shouldn't they? 4-0 down at half time. Are you mad? No, I'm not having that. No, it's they got every right to. You pay your money, right? You've got every right to do that. Yeah, different. If West Ham are 1-0, 2-0 down, yeah, all right, yeah, it's cool, right? Come on, like it's a bit harsh walking out. You're 4-0 down at half time. 4-0. At one point, I thought, Christ, if this carries on, Arsenal are going to get 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it was the lack of fight. This is a London derby. Let's have that right. This is a big game. This is a London derby. And I know we say about London, it doesn't have the same meaning as it did years ago because, players of today, they just don't get it, which is sad, really, but it's just how it is. But listen, West Ham, for me, and early doors, I've always like to say this, yeah? I had these West Ham fans asking me, like yesterday, like, what's your thoughts? My thoughts are, and I like David Moyes, I do. I've got respect for the man. However, I do think he's got to go now. There's 14 games left. There's no point sacking him now. I know for a fact he's only got 4 or 5 months left on his contract. I don't think he's signed a new contract. For me, he's got to go. And I think I can, with a lot of West Ham fans, I would say this. And Tone, if you're still here, mate, early doors, let me know if you agree with this, right? It's funny, we call David Moyes a defensive coach. Well, if that's defensive, bloody hell, so having 6 past you. The problem with West Ham, the issue that I see from an outsider looking in is that 2, 3, 4 years ago, David Moyes playing that style I don't think many West Ham fans would have moaned or grumbled, right? Because obviously, with the caliber of players you got. The issue is, for me, is that you don't have to play that way anymore. I think this is where a lot of West Ham fans are bang on. Years ago, yeah, cool. But you've actually got technical, creative players in your side now. Like like the likes of what's his name, Paqueta, Kudus, Bowen. You've actually got players. You've actually got creative players. Whereas before you had a lot of workhorses and water carriers, hod carriers. You've actually got a nice blend. You've got people who work hard, but you've also got those ball winners. And as fans, you want to see your team evolve. And I just think, you're playing that sort of football. You don't need to anymore. You can now adapt and play more free-flowing football because you've now got the players to do it. Whereas years ago, let's be honest, you never did. And I think that's where a lot of West Ham fans have a gripe with David Moyes. As a result of that, I do think he's got to go. Listen, everyone's got a shelf life. Everyone. I think David Moyes has had his time. And I do think end of the season, I think for you guys to progress and evolve and get better, I do think he's got to go. I do. I'm sorry. I do. But listen, very quickly, before I go, I've just got to talk about Declan Rice. This guy, I just love this guy. Do you know what? For everyone who's saying, for example, Khalid, yeah? I don't know if he's still here. But take this in, mate, because a lot of Arsenal fans who were saying to me, just be happy. We're playing great football, this, that, the other, right? Declan Rice has been our number one, he's been our best player this season. Declan Rice. This is a guy who hasn't been here long, right? Who is playing for a lesser team, with all due respect, right? The step up from West Ham to Arsenal, it's a bit of a leap. And for him to have come in and several months later, he's been our best player. For me, you always get that with, 9 times out of 10 with most players, you get that, all players need a settling in period. Declan Rice has come in and more or less from the off, he's been on it. I watched him really closely yesterday, right? That ability to sniff out danger, the way he glances around, just his awareness. He knows in a few seconds he's going to get the ball. So what he does is he looks around and he just makes sure that when I do get the ball, I know I can pass it to him over there. That the awareness around him, the fact that he can smell it, he can sniff out danger. I'm watching him closely. What a baller. And do you know what? Right? That for Declan Rice to be our best player this season, and he's a new boy, really. He's just come here, right? That doesn't speak too good, in my opinion, for the other players in that Arsenal team. The fact that this guy has just come in from a lesser team and already, he's punching way above you, boys. He's punching way above you. That man is my captain. Right? I don't care Odegaard wears the armband. Declan Rice, already, in my opinion, right now, is the captain and the heartbeat of that team. And if it were me, in the summer, I would do it. Well, I'd say I'd do it now, but obviously, you're going to cause ructions in. But end of the season, Declan Rice has got the armband, in my opinion. I'm not a lover of I'm not a lover of players who don't celebrate against their old clubs, right? I just celebrate. I kind of get it with Declan yesterday. I kind of get it because he didn't just play for West Ham. He was a god at West Ham, right? He was a god. In his eyes, he owes them a lot. They were instrumental in his development, and it was only last season where they won the cup. I totally get it. And for me, that was massive, respectful. Yeah. Especially, I know a lot of West Ham fans sort of boo him and jar. For me, there's nothing. I don't think there's a lot of malice in that. I just think, obviously, for 90 minutes, it's their job to rile us up. you know, but there is an underlying respect between the West Ham fans and Declan Rice. And to score a banger like that when that was instinct. It's not like he had loads of time to think, oh, where I'm going to put it. Yeah, it bypassed two players, Trossard and Odegaard. He had literally a second, if that, to decide what he was going to do. He bangs it. What a goal. And the fact that he didn't celebrate out of respect, and I like that. And I'll tell you something else. You know what I like about Declan? Yeah, early doors, like obviously he was at your club for years, like you'll know this. And some of the videos I've seen of Declan Rice, I'll tell you something now. Do you know what I love about this guy? It's so refreshing. Very similar to Kieran Tierney, right? It's so refreshing to see a player who is down to earth. He seems to me, he's not flashy, he's not arrogant, he's not a prick, right? Yeah, he's not a dickhead, is he? I've seen videos where, like, the way he is with fans, especially the kids, right? He is just an everyday, down to earth guy. It just comes across to me like he's just a good guy. He's surrounded by good people. Yeah, he's good, but he doesn't walk around like he's all that. I'm so harsh and critical on these players of today, and the majority of them. When I look at the Marcus Rashfords and I look at all these other players who everyone puts on a pedestal, you know, it bugs me because they're not all that good. You know, Rashford, for example, love what he's done off the field, right? In terms, you know, like making sure that kids eat and stuff, absolute class. But on the pitch, would he get into the great Man United sides in my day growing up? No. Would he have made the bench? No. Would he have made the 26-man squad? No. Wouldn't, right? But now, oh, he's class, he's this. No, he's not, right? I look at a Declan Rice, I just think, do you know what? He just comes across as so down to earth. And the way he is at the end of every game, he just, everything about him stinks of captain. It does. Like, for me, build your team around him. Honestly, I think he's absolutely brilliant. And he's getting better and better. No one talks about his price tag. No one does. He is worth the money. All I want to see is a top quality partner to midfielder to partner him in that middle. And I'll tell you something, Arsenal do that, Declan he will elevate to another level, in my opinion. I think he's that good. I just think he just runs games. He's a Rolls Royce. He's class. I just think he's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What a signing. Right, before I go, any other comments? Static Diesel, facts. We were losing 3-0 to Brighton at home last season. So many Arsenal fans left. Exactly. Got to go, Diesel. Glad I caught your stream this time. Big up, chat. Have a great night, peeps. Big up, LED. Thank you, mate. Seriously, you get lynched up here if you try to charge that. Rosie, I'm not even joking. That's a hot dog from what I've heard, a hot dog and a hamburger is around about 17, 18 quid. A pint of beer is what, £15? It is an absolute joke. And do you know what? This I always make a comment about this, Rosie. I know it's your first time here, but I just find it disgusting. And I don't think many Arsenal fans talk about that enough. Yeah, the fact that we are in a cost of living crisis at the moment, you know, credit crunch and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, and yet you're charging that. And on top of that, you're also increasing prices. You're increasing your season tickets. How can you see when I hear from, you know, maybe like Khalid and the others, support your team, no matter what, support your team. I have to ask the question, are they supporting us? Do they support the fans? Because when you're charging that in a time where money's tight for everyone, you know, I could go on. Merchandise, you know, the average Arsenal top is what, 80, 90 quid? That's just the top, right? You got kids, you have to get the top, the shorts, the socks. You're talking 150 quid, more or less. It's a rip-off, absolute rip-off, right? Season ticket prices, rip-off. Burgers, rip-off. Fries, chips, rip-off. Beer, rip-off. Hot dogs, rip-off. Do you get what I'm saying? So I always find it hard, guys, when people are saying, oh, just support the club. Hang on a minute. Isn't it a two-way street? Isn't it a two-way street? I've said it to you guys so many times before. Have Arsenal ever turned around, right, to the season ticket people, the season ticket fans, and say, do you know what? Oi, guys, listen, we know times are hard. We know they are. So as a result of your unwavering support for us, here's what we're going to do just to help you guys out. We're going to knock 5% off your season tickets. It hasn't got to be big. It could be a grand gesture. At least then you'd look at the club and think, do you know what? Fair play, right? Like they're trying to, they're knocking off a bit of money, which helps, or whatever, right? Or they're lowering, even if they knock off £3-4 off the hot dogs. We know they won't do this, right? But just say, as a gesture, they did. No Arsenal fan could turn around and moan at that, right? You'd have to look at it and say, do you know what? Fair play, right? Yeah, they're thinking about the fans. So, they're thinking about us. No, the prices are going up, not down. Yeah. So I ask you again, for all you haters and trolls out there, support the club, support the club, support the club. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we will do what we can. But I want to see more of the club supporting the fans, because without the fans, there is no club. Fact. Yeah, the one constant of any football club are the fans. Yeah. There are too many fans who put Mikel Arteta above the club, and that is what pisses me right off, because Mikel will not be here, forever. We will. The fans, right? We will. So all this rubbish about following him, before the club, and following Mesut Ozil when he was here before the club. No, sorry, the club comes first, right? Above any manager. It could be Pep Guardiola, who I love. Yeah? Nah, the club comes first, not Mikel, not Mesut Ozil, not Kai Havertz, or any of them, not even Declan Rice. Yeah, the club comes first. Simple as that. Fact. Come on, boom. Anything else? Anything else? Is that it? Early doors. Diesel, West Ham's form hasn't been great recently, but I didn't expect to see the team fold and fade as the game went on. But Arsenal should have been more ruthless in the second half. Do you know what? He got to a point where Mikel, when I see him bring on those two guys, the two kids, Ethan Nwaneri, I can't pronounce it. Who was the other one he brought on? Oh, I can't remember. But yeah, he definitely brought Ethan on. It was very similar to what he did at Brentford. And for me, that was that Arteta just saying, look, this is so easy. I'm just going to take the piss now. And I'm going to chuck on a 16-year-old. It is exactly what he did at Brentford. And if you remember, obviously, the Ivan Toney comments and all that, that was Arteta being a bit, but okay, I'm going to mug you off now. And he done the same thing with West Ham yesterday, right? But obviously, at that point, I mean, we're home and dry. The only slight criticism I could have of Mikel yesterday was, you're 4-0 up at half time. This game's done, right? Take Saka off, give him a rest. I would have made changes a lot earlier. Like half time, I would have made changes. Right? That's what I would have done. Look, the game's done. Look, rest these players, give them that little bit of rest, obviously, and the next game and all that, right? Just see this game out. You know what I mean? It's 4-0, it's done, right? I get the thing about more goals, but just say one of those, just say Saka got an injury. Do you know what I mean? It's like you look and you think, why? What a pointless injury. You were 4-0 up at half time. The guy does need a rest. Bring Reece Nelson on, we saw Declan Rice go off with an injury. Again, another thing I liked about Declan Rice, you could tell he was in pain, and you could see him signalling to the bench, no, I'm all right. I'm going to carry on. I'm all right. I don't want to come off. And I thought, do you know what? I'm so many players nowadays, you know what I mean? Like you flick him, you touch him. Oh, my arm, my leg, I've got to go off. No. Declan's old school, mate. He's old school. And he only went off because he really had to. I'm hoping that's not anything too bad or whatever. But yeah, honestly, it's early doors, mate. I don't know what to say to you, man. That was an absolute beating. But listen, No point sacking Moyes now. You might as well keep him to the look. There's 14 games to go. Keep him to the end of the season. But I do think if you guys are going to progress and evolve, you need to make that change. Plus the 6th goal, he was in the right place after the misunderstanding between Trossard and Odegaard. Yeah, exactly. You can't not like Declan Rice. There's something about the guy. He just seems so down to earth. I might be wrong. He just seems so down to earth, and he's got his head screwed on, and I love that. 100% Diesel, come and Dazzler. You know that, mate, didn't you? Early doors, Diesel, £24.80 for a steak sandwich, chips and a bottle of water, £28.10 if you make that a beer. Christ. Do you see what I mean? It's just absolute. Amazes me. No one really talks about this too tough. It just amazes me, honestly. I just don't get it. No way support the team, no matter what. So if they got you relegated, would you support them? What a joke fan base. Go on, Dazzler, tell him. The only reason we are a big club is due to proper fans wanting managers sacked in the past. Now we have a bunch of suckers. See, that links in beautifully to what I said earlier on about the mentality and the standards slipping. It was the club who slipped on those two things, and as a result, obviously that festered into the fan base as well. Not all of us, but a lot of us. But that was Arsene Wenger. This is the thing, this is why I bash Arsene Wenger so much on this channel, right? And I know a lot of people don't like it, when I say certain things about him. But at the end of the day, the way I look at it, for as much as he got right at this club, and as much as of a legend he was, yeah, he was also the downfall of this club, in my opinion. Yeah, the top 4 thing was started by him, and I will never forget. Right, the last day of the season when we secured top 4 last minute, right, and you saw him doing a jig on that touchline. That for me was when I thought, you know what, this guy's a loser. Absolutely, you're happy with that top 4 from where you've been, Arsene, to accepting that. You need to leave. Yeah, selling Van Persie to Man United, unforgivable, right? Absolute. And do you know what? The top 4 thing was him, and also, what was I going to say? Oh Christ, I've lost my point. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, he put himself above the club. He knew deep down he had to go, and he didn't, right? He put himself above the club to a point. He even admitted that a couple of years ago. Yeah, he put himself above the club. I don't know any manager who gets pay rises and bonuses for failure, and he did. Something, it will come out at some point. Something dodgy was going on there. He was getting payments. He was getting bungs. I don't care what anybody tells me, right? All this rubbish that certain Arsenal fans tell me about, but he loved Arsenal. He had the chance to go to Real Madrid and Barcelona. No, he didn't go. He stayed. Do you know why he stayed? He would not have got away with half the crap he did here if he had gone to Real Madrid. Real Madrid, you can win the league and still get sacked, right? He wouldn't have lasted as long as he did here. Why would you leave Arsenal? Why would he have left Arsenal? He had all the power, right? You won't get all the power at Real Madrid. You've got bosses to answer to. Same with Barcelona. Arsenal, he was at the helm for 20-odd years. Everything went through him. That power. When you're a millionaire, the first thing that people crave normally is money. When they get money and they're rich, the one thing they crave after that is power, right? And it was power. He had power. That was all it was. Yeah? And it's not like he'd done a fantastic job at Arsenal when he was doing it for free. He was getting paid. So as much as people say, oh, he put Arsenal on a platform, Arsenal put him on a platform. Who'd heard of Arsene Wenger before he come here? Right? He managed at Grand Passat. Have you ever heard of Grand Passat? No. Has any Arsenal player ever heard of Arsene Wenger? No. Do you know what I'm saying? It was a two-way street. He helped us, we helped him. All this rubbish about we owe him and we're indebted to him. He should be able to leave when he wants to leave. No, That was the beginning of the end for me. That was where a lot of these Arsenal fans, you saw them in their true light. That is when you realised how many of these Arsenal fans are absolute dickheads and sheep, right? He was a paid employee. The only time I will agree he should be able to leave when he wants to. If he was here for 20 odd years, right, and he did every single month here for free, and he get paid a penny, he done the job for free, then yeah, you may have a case. But he was getting paid and getting paid well, right? I'm sorry, no. We got rid of him way too late. This top four thing was started by him. He's not been at Arsenal for time now, and yet the top four thing is still a thing here. It's still a big thing, and he started it. That is why I bash Arsene Wenger. I will not have anybody tell me different, right? Fact. And on that note, anything else? I am absolutely starving. I can't lie. Rosie, let me read this. I made Brazilian citrus barbecue. Oh my God! See, speaking of food, what are you doing to me? I made Brazilian citrus barbecue chicken, wedges, and corn on the cob. I was so confused when Yeti said cob. Oh, I'm starving. I can't lie. Oh my God, you've not helped with that at all, Rosie. What have you done, you naughty little minx? AJ, right, I have to go. Take care, Diesel. Take care, chat. Lovely, guys. Listen, 1 hour and 46 minutes. Believe it or not, I was looking to do 45 minutes. I've gone over as I normally do because I do not shut up chatting. I can't help it. I chat for Britain. I'm going to go next. I'm starving. And as you can see, I'm wasting away. But listen, thank you for being here tonight. Much appreciated. And yeah, turn your notification bell on so that when I do go, I go and you see it and you get notified. Smash the likes. I really appreciate that. And I'm going to go enjoy the rest of your night, guys. I'm going to quickly eat and I'm going to watch Love Island. Don't judge me. I love it. And that's it. That's me done. So, guys, wish you well. Big up yourself. Oh, also, sorry, one more thing. The other day, I completed Trigger Point. There's a series called Trigger Point. Series 2. Series 1 I watched months ago. I've just completed Series 2, and I thought it was absolutely brilliant. So, anyone who's looking for something to watch, trust me, watch Trigger Point. It's really, really good. All right. And on that note, I'm gone. I'm going to play the intro or the outro. Love yous all. Bye-bye. Bye for now. Love you. Well. Guess who it is? Diesel's back. Join me, subscribe, but get the word out. Diesel's back, and he ain't going nowhere.